Hey, and welcome to the Meditations and Musings podcast. I'm Elena Lipson. I'm a mama, I'm a wife, and I'm the founder of the Divine Self-Care Circle membership and the Virtual Retreat Academy. I don't believe that you have to sacrifice your body, your health, or your family in order to create true abundance and prosperity. I believe in living based on the divine feminine metrics of success, and these include pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. Each week, I'll bring you 1 to 2 new episodes. One of these will be a guided meditation that you don't have to do on the meditation pillow, and the other will be a conversation to help you access your inner wisdom, to ignite abundance, and inspire others to do the same. I invite you to join me on this journey back to the magic of a divinely aligned and well cared for you. And now, join me for today's episode. Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Meditations and Musings on all things divine self-care. My name is Elena Lipson. I'm the Divine Self-Care Mentor, and I'm tripping over my words today in all things. So I apologize in advance, or I should say thank you for your patience as I continue to lean into my breath and slowing down and inviting you to do the same. My deepest intention for this podcast, for this space that I'm creating for you and for me, is to help you to have a place to come and to just breathe, to just be your beautiful, messy, imperfect, brilliant self, all of you. My deepest intention is that you get activated to your own purpose, your own magic, to your own ability to create a life that you are dreaming of now, not in the future, not when things go your way or don't go your way, or when the stock market goes up or down, when your to-do list is finally completed. Yeah, right. Anyway, I want to explore with you a place of being so that you can do and have the things that you crave, desire, and want in this life. And not just someday when you make that perfect amount of money, or when your home is finally decluttered, or when you are at your dream weight. No, none of that. But right now, as you are on your path, evolving at your own pace, if that is what you're choosing to do. And I have a feeling if you are here listening to me, that means that you are someone who is evolving and being present to your own worthiness. And just in case you're not, that is what we're talking about. You are born worthy. That is what we're going to explore today. Today is another combination episode where we're going to do a little relaxation, a little guided breath work, so that you can allow yourself to be in a state of receptivity and to really hear what I'm trying to convey to you today, that you are born worthy, that your creations in this world, including financial creations, creative creations, do not enhance your self-worth because you are already worthy. So before we dive into that guided breath work and conversation, I want to just remind you that one of the ways that I teach in my world to my clients and to the goal of impacting millions of people around the world is by reverse engineering all the things that I've learned over the years. And one of the most powerful things that I've learned is to practice daily rituals. Not the exact same rituals every day. I'm actually pretty in flow around that, meaning I allow myself to feel into what I need that day. But I'm also very committed to my ritual discipline, meaning I know that if I dance every day and tap into my movement and nature and the things that I find important and meaningful that I know affect my energy, my attention, and my awareness, that I will show up as a better mother, as a better coach, as a better speaker, as a better podcaster, as a better wife, all the things that I do in my life. And one of the ways that I do that is, again, daily ritual. And so a couple of years back, I created a course called 66 Sacred Rituals to Activate Daily Magic and Abundance. And they are 66 audios. They are a combination of all the beautiful rituals that I've learned and practiced and taught over the last many years as a coach, speaker, and a writer and a retreat leader. And I've done them live, I've recorded them, I've practiced them, I've refined them. And now as a gift to you, if you are interested in adding ritual to your life in a way that feels easy and not so complicated, you don't need to get a degree. You just need to press play and stay playful and enjoy the rituals. If you're interested, head on over to elenalipson.com/66 days. And if you are interested in checking out, I will gift you with this coupon code for $10 off the 66 Sacred Rituals program. The coupon code is podcast. That's it. Not complicated. So enjoy. If you have any questions, find me on Instagram, message me. I will personally answer all those questions. Many of you have already purchased the program, are enjoying the program, and you will have access for life. So enjoy. Okay, back to our conversation today. You are born worthy. Yes, you are. You are. You are born that way. There's no one that needs to validate that. But somewhere along the way, you connected your self-worth with the things that you do and create, maybe your behavior. You know what? It's not bad or good. And your parents did the best they could, and your teachers did the best they could. And all those things are just fine. In fact, I believe that some of the things that didn't go so well in your childhood, the things that we can start to blame and, use as excuses to not create a life that we really want, are those same things that really create the landscape of your unique personality, of your skills, of your gifts, of the strengths that you've built up. So I want you to really understand that the things that maybe have taken away from your self-worth can also be, on the flip side, the very things that actually build you up, that actually give you a wellspring of strength, of capability, of creativity to pull from that you might not otherwise have had. So as difficult as it can be to look back and wonder, oh my goodness, those things didn't feel good at the time and they were terrible. And some people really have quite ugly past events that happen in their lives. And maybe you're one of those people. And I can say for myself that there's definitely moments of really dark times in my past. And I can also look back at those times if I'm really being reflective and contemplative and really just looking and listening and feeling that those are the very same things that have made me strong, resilient, and capable. So before I share with you the 3 reasons that you are born worthy and how to separate your output from your self-worth, let's go ahead and take a few minutes. And even if you're doing something different, just follow along. This is a simple breath work. Remember, as I said in the intro of this podcast, not all meditations are done on a meditation pillow. Sometimes you are in the middle of a shitstorm and you need to find peace. So this is one of those tools that I have recently learned, and I study breath work, but this one was taught to me by a new coach and mentor, and I really love it. And I've been practicing it for the last few hours, and I did it this morning, I did it last night, and I really love it. I actually did it on a Facebook Live today, and all you need is a good 3, 4, maybe 5 of these, and you feel instantly relaxed, instantly present, and you actually shift your energy quite a bit. So this could be good to practice right now, even if you're on a walk, if you're doing something else, even if you're driving, you're not going to get distracted. So this is called the 7-11 breath. I don't exactly know where it originates from. I actually looked it up on YouTube and on the internet, and there were so many other people teaching this. So I don't know the exact source of this, but it's a great one. So all you need to do is start to inhale to the count of 7 and exhale to the count of 11. Now, if you're feeling constricted, it might be really difficult to get up to 7 and out to 11. So you might want to start with 3 in and 5 out, or 4 in and 5 out. You will find your own rhythm. But what will happen after a few of these in breaths and out breaths is that you will get to 7 and 11 if you just continue to relax your muscles and slow it down. And again, you don't need to close your eyes, but if you're in a place where you can close your eyes, it might help you to really inhale slowly and exhale slowly. Now, in order to get to 11, I like to exhale through my mouth and inhale in my nose. So let's go ahead and do that together. So the count of 7 and out to 11. So even after the first one, I can just start to feel my shoulders relax. And the next one, I will maybe concentrate on my belly muscles and my arms. Let's go ahead and do another one into the count of 7 and out for the count of 11. And if you're doing your own numbers, just stay with it. Let's go ahead and do our in-breath now. And out. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, let's do one more together. Into the count of 7 through your nose. And out to the count of 11. Oh, that felt so good. I could actually feel something happening in my brain, like a little bit of a calming. And maybe you can even hear it in my voice, like I've actually slowed down a little bit. Now, I did this earlier today, so I was already in a really nice, relaxed place. But if you are needing to relax before a meeting or before doing something that is calling on more of your energy, or you're about to pick up your kids from school, or your kids are having an argument, or you just had a difficult conversation, or you're just waking up in the morning, or you're trying to settle your energy before you go to sleep, breathwork is such a powerful, powerful tool to really tap into your parasympathetic nervous system, to calm those frayed edges. And you can do it anywhere. You can do it walking outside. You can do it if you're standing at the grocery store and someone is taking too long in front of you online. Instead of getting frustrated, get breathing, right? I mean, how amazing would that be, that you don't have to get into this reactive mode and instead you get present? And that really ties into our conversation today. You are worthy of taking time to rest. Now, the number one lesson, we're going to have 3 main lessons today. The first one is you are not your output. And if you happen to be an entrepreneur, or if you are just a human being on the earth, you might have had this mistaken idea that you get more valuable as you create more stuff, make more money, and get busier. Well, that is just bullshit. Because you are worthy because you are here. You are worthy because you are alive. You are worthy because you are someone who is here to make a difference in someone else's life, right? Even if it's your neighbors or your parents or your children or your friends, we are here in community with each other. We're not born on an island alone. If you choose to go live on an island alone and isolate yourself, well, that's not me, and that's not you, hopefully, because you're here listening, so you want to connect. So you are not your output. And so many messages right now are about do more, be more, have more, which is all great. But if all of that be more, do more, and have more is connected to your self-worth, then you'll never have enough. You'll never be enough. You'll never do enough. Once you understand that you have an inherent value as a human being, and you start creating from that place, then you will create from a sense of knowing that you are valuable. You will not undercharge. You will not give more than you intended to. You will not say yes when you really mean no, right? You're not going to do things just for external validation. Once you understand that you are born worthy, you don't have to do more or give more or be more just to validate your own existence. You start to get this inner axis of confidence that gives you permission to say, no, thank you. That doesn't work for me today. Or I feel like I've done enough for the day and now I'm going to go rest. Imagine the revolution of rest. that can happen. We won't have a country or a world of zombies walking around because we're just pushing ourselves past our limits of health and wellness. I can't tell you how many women, even this morning during one of my Facebook Live conversations, how many women are saying, I have cancer or MS or autoimmune disease or all these different ailments from not listening to my body over a long period of time. Now, these sound dramatic, but it doesn't take you very long to meet someone in your life who has experienced this, who has not listened to their body for so long. And maybe this is you. Maybe you're not listening to your body and your body is telling you, hey, you need to go take a walk outside. You need to drink more water. You need to sleep more. You need to cut out things in your life and obligations that no longer serve you. So this might sound radical, but you are not here to serve everyone in your life. You are here to create a life that serves you first so that you have the energy, the time, the attention, and the money to give to others if that's what you choose to do. Yes, we are all here to love more and to give more and to be connected more, but not from a place of depletion, not from a place of exhaustion, not from a place of sacrifice. Yes, of course, there are times we sacrifice things to give to others. As mothers, we all know this, right? As wives, as sisters, as daughters. Of course, sometimes we don't do the thing that we really want to do because we want to help someone else. Absolutely. And that is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about becoming a stingy person or someone who's mean or just says no all the time. What I am saying is that you might want to think about saying no more often so that you have more space for the yeses in your life, right? There's nothing that is, beautiful about saying yes out of obligation. I know personally for me, I don't want my friends or my clients or my partners saying yes to me when they really mean no and then feeling resentful. That's terrible. I love it when someone says, you know what, that really doesn't work for me. Great. I love that. And just like I do, I will say no and really create clear boundaries and say, this isn't working. Let's try this a different way, or this does not work for me, or no, we're not going to, no, I can't hop on the phone right now and just have a quick conversation because I have obligations in my life that I very clearly design. So I can say this doesn't work for me right now and feel confident that my self-worth has not been depleted. In fact, it's been elevated. So you are not your output. Number 2, the second lesson today is rest is crucial. It is not negotiable. You have to rest. So if you were taking a cross-country trip from California to New York City, you would not even imagine that you would drive all the way through, right? You know that doesn't work. You know you have to stop to get gas, to go to the bathroom, to stretch your legs, to get a snack, to get some water, to rejuvenate, to replenish your supplies, right? But you might be someone who does this in your daily life. You might wake up in the morning, grab your phone, start checking your email and Facebook and get fully reactive and then just dive right into doing things for your family and getting to work. And then all of a sudden your day just slides away and you've just been busy all day, but you haven't really rested. You haven't really paused to ask if you are on purpose, if you are creating from a place of proactivity instead of reactivity. Now, if you were taking that same cross-country trip, again, you wouldn't think of letting your car go to empty before refilling the gas because you might get stuck somewhere in the desert with no resources, right? That's what happens to so many of you. Instead of waiting to get to empty in your gas tank, replenish it on a regular basis before it gets to empty. Build in time during your day where you are not working. Build in time during your day where you are doing things that fill you up, that rejuvenate you. Maybe it's a nap. Maybe it's time outside. Maybe it's sitting and writing in a journal. Maybe it's talking to a girlfriend. I don't know. There's so many things you can do. So many things, so many rituals. Back to those rituals I was talking about in the beginning. Those are beautiful ways to put in little pockets of rest, replenishment, deep replenishment and rejuvenation. So don't be that car that constantly is on empty until you refill it again. Be that beautiful energetic presence in your life where, yes, you can work hard and yes, you can give it all you got, but you know that there is a rest stop coming up where you're going to get on out, you're going to put your feet on the grass, you're going to look up at the sky, and you're going to breathe. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3 is sort of related to what I was just talking about. It's the downside of pushing through. The downside of constantly pushing through your own needs, your desire for rest, is illness, is depletion, is exhaustion, is overwhelm. There's simply no need for it. This is not a race. The reason that you might be finding yourself doing this pushing through, is because you think there's some sort of big clock ticking on the wall and that there's a deadline and that you're comparing yourself to other people and their journey. But guess what? This is your journey. This is your trip around the earth every day. You don't have to compare yourself to anyone else, not your sister or brother or mother or father or that person on Instagram who you're following, or me or anyone else. This is your path of evolution. You get to decide when and how much and how many. So as much as you can, give yourself permission to trust your own pace, right? Remember that? That's one of the feminine metrics I was talking about in the introduction to this podcast. Feminine metric of trusting your pace, not somebody else's pace. So don't let anyone tell you that you're behind or late or you're never going to get there. Some of the best stories, success stories in history didn't start until people were in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. Louise Hay, the founder of Hay House Publishing, did not even start Hay House until she was well into her 60s. I mean, life is this beautiful trip. You don't have to get everything done right now. I know there's so many messages out there telling you the opposite of that, but I believe that you are here and listening to my voice for a reason, for permission. So grant yourself that permission to stop pushing through and instead trust that the more rest, the more replenishment, the more joy you find yourself experiencing every day, the more you're going to invite new opportunities, expansion, and sometimes even a quantum leap into what you were wishing was going to happen so much sooner because, you know what, you're there to experience it and receive it, and you have the energy to say yes to the next thing. So those are the 3 lessons. Number 1, you are not your output. Number 2, rest is crucial. Do not wait until your gas tank is on empty to replenish it. And number 3, the downside of pushing through is not a place you want to live. So let's go ahead and feel that worthiness by claiming your needs, claiming your desires, claiming daily rest and deep, deep replenishment, whatever that looks like for you. That made me want to take a deep breath because it just felt so true. I hope that you have found some nuggets of wisdom for yourself and for your life in this conversation today. I hope you're inspired to ask yourself and reflect, how can I replenish, deeply, deeply replenish myself on a daily basis? And can I just stop pushing through and instead lean in to joy, to pleasure, to play, to rest as a strategy to actually get to where I want to go, but get there and not drop dead at the end, right? To really actually enjoy the journey. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you share it with someone you love, someone that can use a little reminder to not let themselves get to empty before they replenish. I do invite you to share this with your friends, your family, with your community. And if there was something you especially enjoyed, I'd love it if you make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and please leave a review. The more reviews I get, the more iTunes shares this with more people, and the more people can get the message of worthiness, of self-rest and self-care, the happier I'll be. And of course, the more replenished, the more alive, the more thriving we can all be instead of exhausted and overwhelmed and overworked. Thank you so much for being here for today's episode of Meditations and Musings. This is Elena Lipson, your Divine Self-Care Mentor, and I will see you again for our next episode. Hey, take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for listening and learning about the new Divine Self-Care way of being in your life, business, and the bedroom based on the divine feminine metrics of success: pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. If you're ready to bust the myth of overwhelm and tap into an inspired start to each day, I've put together a free video series for you to help you start each day with energy, inspiration, and ignite that inner pilot light which attracts joy, magic, and synchronicity. You can access my 3-step magic morning practice to help you ignite your inner light and attract the abundance that you're craving. Head on over to elenalipson.com/gift. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would so love if you share it with a friend, a sister, a mother, a daughter, and please leave a review. That is how the magic starts to ripple out. Here's wishing you a day full of beauty, magic, and divine self-care. I'll see you next time at the Meditations and Musings podcast.